I still remember that summer evening like it was yesterday. The sizzle of burgers on the grill at my old river house in Willow Creek, friends laughing under the string lights, kids splashing in the shallow water while the fire pit crackled away, sending sparks dancing into the dusk. And then, bam, headlights slicing through the dark, not one but three cop cars pulling up, lights flashing red and blue off the river like some bad movie scene. I froze right there, tongs in hand, heart pounding, as my nosy HOA queen, Linda, strutted up with that smug grin plastered on her face, pointing at me like I'd robbed a bank, yelling about breaking every rule in her precious book. And just when I thought it was all going south, out steps Mayor Jenkins from inside the house, napkin in hand, wiping barbecue sauce off his mouth, giving the cops this casual nod that made the whole yard go dead silent. Man, if that wasn't the twist that saved the night, I don't know what was. It all started simple enough, really. I bought that river house years back, way before the HOA decided to swallow up our little stretch of Willow Creek, turning what was supposed to be a chill spot for fishing and weekend hangs into some gated kingdom where every porch swing had to match and no one's allowed more than a whisper after dark. Me, Tom, I'm just a regular guy. You know, working construction in town, fixing up the place bit by bit, inviting folks over to share a beer, teach the neighbor kids how to skip stones. Nothing fancy, just trying to build a bit of that old school neighborly vibe we all say we miss, but never chase. But Linda, oh boy, she took over as HOA president like it was her throne, enforcing rules with an iron fist because, deep down, I think she couldn't stand anyone not bowing to her. Maybe it was jealousy over my spot by the river, or her own lonely house up the hill where no one ever dropped by, or just that power trip from years of feeling overlooked in this small town. I'd slipped flyers into mailboxes about the cookout, even one for her, thinking, hey, maybe a plate of ribs could melt that ice. Bring your own drink, bring the family, let's just enjoy the river breeze together. She showed up all right, but not with potato salad. No, she marched off and dialed the cops, claiming noise, trash, and God knows what else. Her voice dripping with that fake concern like she was saving the world from my grill. The party was humming, neighbors swapping stories, old Mr. Ellis roasting marshmallows with his grandkid Sarah from down the road strumming her guitar softly, until those lights hit and everything froze, kids mid-chase. Laughter dying out as the officers crunched up the path, hands on belts, looking all business. Linda's there, arms crossed, floral dress fluttering like a flag of victory, shouting, "That's him, breaking every guideline, disturbing the peace." I step forward trying to keep cool, but inside I'm raging. How's a backyard gathering turn into this? Then Mayor Jenkins ambles out, calm as ever, that salt and pepper hair catching the firelight, and says real casual, "Officers, is there a problem here?" Linda's jaw drops like she'd seen a ghost, her face going from triumph to pale shock in a heartbeat, and the cops shuffle, glancing at each other. Turns out no real crime, just HOA nonsense. And the mayor chuckles. "You called the law over burgers? These folks got real work to do." The crowd murmurs agreement, someone claps, and Linda storms off muttering threats. But man, that moment, it hit me deep, like I'd poked a hornet's nest, and kindness wasn't going to be enough to swat them away without a fight. Next morning, hangover from the drama more than the beer, I get a text from Dave next door. Emergency HOA meeting at the clubhouse, all about me. I could have skipped it since my house predated their charter, but nah, hiding ain't my style. I walk in, stale coffee smell hitting me, Linda at the head of the table like a judge, binder thick as a Bible, reading off my crimes with venom. Unauthorized event, improper parking, attracting the wrong crowd. She slams her hand down. "Fines now, or legal action." Her eyes burn with something personal, like my easygoing ways threatened her whole grip on this town. Her control slipping because folks actually enjoyed themselves without her say-so. I lean in, voice steady. "Linda, my place is grandfathered. Last night was no crime, just community." Doubt flickers on the board's faces, but before she explodes, the door creaks open. Mayor Jenkins again, hands in pockets, nodding like he's just popping by. "Heard we're chatting about Tom's cookout," he says coolly, sliding papers across. County records proving my exemption. Linda whispers, "Where'd you get this?" And he shrugs. "Public info. Takes 5 minutes." The board shifts, one by one voting to drop the fines, and Linda's glare promises hell. Her slip of emotion revealing it wasn't rules at stake, but her ego, bruised from folks choosing joy over her orders. From there, it escalated like a bad dream. I kept at the small good things, helping Dave fix his porch light, carrying groceries for Mrs. Ellis, who spun tales of her late husband playing banjo by the river, even organizing a cleanup day with a potluck lunch, folks planting saplings, picking litter, sharing laughs under the oaks. But Linda, she couldn't let it go. Her SUV rolls up with a tow truck and hired goons in polos, clipboard guy barking about parking violations, pointing at Mr. Thompson's wheelchair van barely on the grass. "Enforce it!" she snaps, her voice cold, eyes locked on me like this was payback for the mayor's slaps. The hook clangs, the van tilts, Mr. Thompson's grandson crying, "Grandpa can't get home!" And I step in front, hands up. "Stop! This is cruelty!" Tension thick as fog, crowd holding breath until tires screech. Mayor Jenkins again, storming in. "Drop it now!" The goons scatter, Linda flees fuming, but her parting shot, whispered close, "You think kindness shields you? Rules do, and I'll make sure you break." She doubled down after that, flyers and mailboxes smearing me as a danger, noise, trash, even unlicensed booze, twisting half-truths from grainy photos she'd snuck at night, her desperation showing, maybe from losing the board's vote of no confidence at the next hearing, where Sarah's video exposed her fake inspectors, board members turning, "Enough, Linda, you've divided us." Humiliated publicly, her pride shattered, she vanished briefly, only to unleash vandalism. Graffiti on my railing, slashed tires on Sarah's car, smashed gnomes in Mrs. Ellis's yard. We knew it was her, pulling strings even from the shadows, her motive clear. If she couldn't control Willow Creek, she'd burn it down, envy turning to rage over my rebellion sparking real community bonds she'd never built. But the real showdown came that dusk, trucks rumbling in, Linda leading like a general in leather, outsiders with bats and crowbars surging toward my house, smashing windows, splintering the railing, her scream, "Tear it down! He doesn't belong!" I blocked the steps, shoved back hard, glass raining, neighbors yelling, until sirens wail, cops with the mayor bursting in. "Enough! You're under arrest!" Linda thrashes, "You can't! I am order!" But cuffs click, her mob flees, and as she's dragged away, the yard falls silent, neighbors hugging, relief washing over like river rain. She fought from jail, letters rallying stragglers, my dock sawed clean one night with threats painted red. If Linda falls, everyone falls. Her network of grudge holders, maybe old allies from town politics, feeding her vendetta born of isolation, of watching others connect while she wielded rules like walls. We exposed it all at the town park rally, videos playing, folks standing, Mrs. Ellis rising. "I've seen kindness win," Mr. Thompson's grandson piping up. "Tom saved our van." The crowd roaring as charges piled. Fraud, conspiracy, years behind bars. She sat small in court, no smirk left. Her empire crumbled not by force, but by the very bonds she mocked. Willow Creek rebuilt, new dock with volunteer hands, murals over scars, barbecues without fear. And me, standing there fishing at sunset, realizing her hate had forged us stronger. Scars proof we'd chosen light over her dark. Yet sometimes I wonder, if she'd just taken that flyer, shared a rib, would it have ended different? Or was her pride always a ticking bomb? What do you think? Have you dealt with a HOA tyrant? Or seen kindness flip a feud? Drop your stories below, hit like if this hits home, subscribe for more Real Talk tales. Let's chat about what really holds a community together.